This meeting is being recorded.
Yes, this meeting is being recorded so that way people that are unable to attend due to other obligations, they can watch later on our YouTube channel, which is No Missed Opportunities.
Okay.
I see that we have Mr. Manson joining. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Hello, hello.
Oh, perfect. I'm good, man.
I'm glad Mr. Manson is joining. He is one of my good friends that maintains my professionalism over time.
Hi, do you like to go by Mr. Manson or would you prefer Chris today?
Either or is fine. I mean, Chris is perfectly fine because no need for the misters and all that right now. But yeah, no, Chris is fine.
All right. Hi, Chris.
That's Casey. Casey is a financial manager.
That's not what I am, sir.
Okay. Would you like to, what are you so that way future people that are able to watch this know what to classify you as?
I am a financial solutionist and educator.
So Casey is a financial solutionist and educator.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome.
Thank you. And how do you know our Mr. Neck over here?
Well, I met him when I was about 10 years old, 9, 10.
Aww.
And then we disappeared from each other's life, and I just met him again yesterday. So.
Oh, that's crazy. That's awesome.
No, I'm literally joking. No.
Oh, okay. No, it happens though. So hey.
No, I grew up with Nick in the same area, and then ultimately we branched out and done our own things. I've done multiple things, and still working now as we speak. So at the end of the day, I just saw this opportunity to hop on this call, and while I had some time, I just wanted to show my support. That's all.
Oh, wonderful. And where are you located?
Currently, right this second, I'm in Las Vegas on my way back home to California.
Woohoo! Where do you live in California?
I live in Orange County.
Oh, okay. All right. So far, everyone is from Orange County. Whereabouts? I live in Santa Ana.
Okay, I live in Brea.
Okay, not too far. It's like 9-10 miles.
Yeah, that's not far at all.
And what do you do?
I'm in the same aspect as you in a sense, as far as in the financial markets. So I trade. I also work with the mortgage company. We're working on loans and processing and everything as far as that's concerned. What else do I do? I'm a father. I'm a husband.
Aww.
So those are first, technically.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then, yeah, man.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, you were asking the word how many? So I'm guessing, just to finish that, is probably how many children and all that cool
yes,
stuff?
Definitely.
Okay. So first is my niece, who's basically my daughter. We had her since she was 3. She's 19. She's going to college now. My son is 14, and then my daughter is 5. So I have 3.
Okay. Nice family there. That's a little bit of a gap in all of those.
Oh yeah, a huge gap.
I know how that is though. My oldest sister's 13 and a half years older than me, so.
Oh yeah, so you definitely
it's interesting.
know that gap. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Chris, do you currently hold a position with the West Coast Corporation?
I am a consultant, so I consult based on whatever topic you need me to help you with, as far as information or situations that arise that you need a little bit of advice on the musical aspect or business aspect. I'm more of consulting opposed to actually holding a true position on a day-to-day basis.
Do we discuss an executive position as of recent about your
We
profession?
we discussed a lot of things, but ultimately,
Okay.
I have a lot on my plate, as you know.
Good.
So with that being said, I am like on call, like a doctor on call.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could page me, and then I'll come to the rush.
Okay. Good. I just wanted to check that out. Like I said, this is actually being recorded, so that way I want to make sure that people.
This is proof.
Yes, this is proof. Okay, this serves as a record for us, so that way people watching can understand that, like a doctor, Chris is on call. You might want to check out who Mr. Chris Manson is, Green Up Entertainment, and some of the background that he actually holds in the industry. Multiple industries at that.
True.
So, don't make me have to call Chris because you are not necessarily following suit with some of the So West Coast things that we have going on.
So what is the purpose of the call today, Nick? What we doing?
Okay. So I wanted to kind of give you guys a moment to, as this being a network business platform that we are establishing, I wanted to give you guys a moment to be able to kind of introduce yourself and allow for the time to things to be kind of natural. This is in regards to No Missed Opportunities. Okay, No Missed Opportunities is our 501c3 corporation. The premise of No Missed Opportunities is to make our communities better. So this is serving as our weekly meetings and networking business events, so that way people can attend these and or watch them to get more information about our corporation and our nonprofit and some of the existing projects that we're currently working on in our admiration to make our community better. So, excuse me for a second. I just wanted to make sure that our internet connection is close enough so that way we don't have an issue. So one of the things that I did want to touch on in this meeting is some of the funding aspects of our nonprofit. The idea of a nonprofit is that we're able to fund ourselves internally. So that means anybody that's associated or involved with No Missed Opportunities, if they're tracking their spending in the forms of receipts, if they're keeping track of that, they can turn those in and we can utilize those for our tax write-off because we are federally exempt. With those write-offs, that's going to fuel us moving forward. So one of the things that I wanted to make sure people are aware of is that they are establishing ownership within this corporation, which I do have an HR department that can be reached at No Missed Opportunities. I'm sorry, nmoinfo@gmail.com, as well as our website, nomissedopportunities.com. That way, if you are interested in being a member of our corporation, because as a nonprofit, it is something that we all own together. With us owning it together, then you as a member need to establish your ownership and what it is that you are bringing to our organization for the growth. with that being the case, it's up to you to reach out and make sure that you have all the necessary paperwork to establish yourself as a member of the nonprofit. And again, that's through the website nomisopportunities.com or direct through the email nmoinfo@gmail.com. So that way our HR department can contact you and make sure that you have everything that you need, so that way you can submit your financial records of the work that you're doing for the organization to make the community better in the ways that you feel are going to make the community better. Also, something that we are offering through our website is establishing a DBA, which the link is up, so that way you have a couple of options. Being able to establish your DBA, which the first option is a one-time payment of $1,000, where at that point we will assist you with deciding what name you're going to use and being able to do business from a professional standpoint, because through the state of California, you need to own your DBA, so that way you're building a legitimate brand. Okay. The other option that we're offering as well through No Miss Opportunities is that you can pay $100 a month throughout the year, which will total into $1,200 in the payments. So that way, once those are collected, we can establish your DBA for you. The benefit of your DBA is that once you start a business, when we have these weekly meetings, it gives you an opportunity to collaborate with other business owners and professionals that will give you ideas about your business, assist you with your business, and may be able to offer services for your business. One of the things about having a newly established business within the state of California is you have 5 years. The 5 years to claim as a loss in building your brand. The significance of that is, again, going into internal funding, which if you keep track of that, those are write-offs that serve as your fuel to keep your brand growing. The difference between having a DBA and establishing a concrete foundation for a brand is pretty much building something that is tangible, versus you not having a DBA is pretty much representing something that you have no ownership over. So one of the things about No Missed Opportunities that is a pillar is that I'm trying to create ownership value within our community, because people treat things a lot different when they own it. So the DBA gives you a chance to pretty much own a doing business as and a brand that you can build from. We discussed it a little bit earlier in regards to So West Coast. So West Coast is an existing brand that I've had for going on 13 years now, and it started with a DBA. So building your brand is going to open up different avenues for you for your financial freedoms. Your financial freedoms turn into having a lot more time to be able to help other people, which is what the concept of No Miss Opportunities is. One of the things that you can do once you've established your specific brand name is develop a website. Something else that No Miss Opportunities has assisted with, and discounted marketing, as these meetings have been marketed on social media. Once you have a specific name that you've decided on that you have ownership to, then the next step would be to establish your website. Your website then becomes something that you can utilize for customers or clients or promotion on anyone that is attached to the internet, which it is an entirely large world, which one of the things that I've been able to accomplish is an international network based from a website. During the times that we're currently in with COVID, you have the option to be able to communicate through platforms like Zoom, which is why we're having the meetings, because in everyone's lives, they don't necessarily have the time or the financial ability to be able to meet somewhere, as well as there are current sicknesses that can actually come from, interacting with people that I believe are not yet defined. So the idea of being able to have your website where you can develop your brand in a safe environment is exactly why we're doing these meetings online. Once you have your website established, then you can become a product developer of your brand material, which that goes into being able to sell t-shirts, coffee mugs, or anything that you're able to offer through services on your website, where there's a place that people can go and pretty much shop at. Some of the things that So West Coast was able to establish as product development are custom ashtrays. This is a newly released ashtray that we have that is custom designed, for people that, realistically, it's a novelty item, but it's one of the many items that we offer through our website and product development. So I wanted to be able to express those things and those options available. Again, anyone that's interested in things like that can reach out through our website, nomisopportunities.com, or direct through nmoinfo@gmail.com. I'm gonna let Casey take over, and then I'm going to try to reach out to Scott, because I know that some people are not necessarily apt to technology, so I know he may have a little bit of trouble joining, so I'm going to go ahead and give him a call.
First, Nick, before I take over, what exactly are you wanting from today from us? It's a little bit different than I was expecting. So what were you thinking?
Well, one of the things that I wanted to create this platform for was you as a speaker to be able to express some of the services that you offer. It gives me an option to be able to take the existing video and then promote your brand and tag you directly on there. So if somebody is interested in that, they can, refer to the video and then reach you directly for some of the things that you're offering as a financial solutionist and educator.
Okay, so that's basically what I'm offering right there. So normally when I do something like this, I just tell a little bit about myself and give a little education. That's what I do. So is that okay?
That's exactly what the concept is. The concept is, and then again, this being the one of the first meetings that we're doing, we're just going to build upon, the structure of how this works, which is why it wasn't widely marketed. So that way we can kind of get through the training wheels per se of the format of how we're going to be doing these meetings, because they're going to be on a weekly basis.
Okay. So let me tell you guys a little bit about who I am, where I came from, my upbringing a little bit, kind of explains how I got to where I got and why I do what I do. So my parents they got divorced before I can even remember. I was really young, but I do remember a lot of mental and physical violence. So they split, and I, shared custody. But the last memory I have before my mom got full custody was my dad getting arrested while I was with him. So that was that. And then I also have 2 sisters, but like I was saying before, there's a huge gap with my oldest sister, and she, 13 and a half years, and she left when she was 17. So I didn't really get a lot there. And then my other sister is 4 years older than me, but some families, the person who used to be the baby feels a lot of resentment towards the new baby. So she actually had to go live with my grandma because Casey was not safe with with her sister in the house. So, I experienced a lot of violence, and I felt a lot of abandonment growing up. And so I grew up with a single mom until she met a Marine. So that was a little bit of a change, but still not a lot of money coming into the household. So I started working when I was 14 to buy the things I wanted to buy. And because of, like the resentment and abandonment feelings, I always felt that way with friends too. I always felt people resented me or didn't really like me or whatever. So the only thing that I could really focus on was school. I'm like, okay, I can do good at school. No one's gonna, hate me for doing that. So I was valedictorian. I, paid my way through college, working full time. I knew that that was something that I could do. And I don't know why. No one else in my family went to college. I just, for some reason, thought that was expected of me. But I made my way through. I got a business degree. And after college finished, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to take a year off just to experience life, to experience this world. So I went abroad for a year. Most of that year I worked so that I could actually pay to stay there. But I did take a couple trips here and there while I was abroad and had a lot of fun. And when I came back, I was like, okay, it's time to get working. I got this business degree. Everyone's gonna wanna hire me. Was not the case. My first job back was at my college job, working at Staples as a copy associate. And then I decided, okay, I'm gonna move to Texas where my parents were living. And the only job I could get there was as a supervisor at Target for $10.25 an hour. Was not doing great. I was like, all right, I grew up in a military family. Let's try the military. That wasn't my kind of thing. I'm more of a free bird. I like different colors. I like to paint my nails vibrant colors. I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it. So that didn't work out. And I made my way back to California. And this was in 2008, mind you. I found what I thought was an awesome job. I was getting paid what I thought was good money. But that guy ended up being a scam artist wanted by the FBI and the IRS. So didn't keep that job long. And then the bottom fell out of the economy. So I was getting temp jobs after temp jobs, slowly, building my way up the ladder to get paid more and more of what I was doing, what I was getting paid before. And then I found what I thought was a great job. It was getting paid less, but at least I knew there was advancement opportunities. So I worked there for 5.5 years, and I barely made what I was making in 2008. And this was back in 2018. I still was barely over 2008. So a couple years even before that, I was so bored at my job. I hated getting yelled at by clients who knew they were right, even though they knew nothing about what I did. that's exactly why they hired us, to do the job, right? I worked in payroll. So they're like, you should do it this way. And I'm like, well, I mean, that's technically illegal, but you know, if that's the way you want to turn your payroll in. So, you know, I was getting yelled at by clients. If I did something wrong by my bosses, I was getting yelled at. I mean, basically, as an employee, you just get yelled at. That's what you're recognized for. And I was tired of it. I was tired of the 9 to 5. I was tired of barely getting paid. Even though at the time I thought I was getting good money, I was actually living what's called very low income. I was paying my bills, but not really having a lot of extra. And then one day I was introduced to this woman who said she helped people, that she taught them all about money and entrepreneurship and success principles. And she didn't charge them anything. And I was like, oh, so you're nonprofit? She's like, no. I'm for profit. And I was like, how do you do that? And she's like, well, come to this event. So I went to the event and I fell in love with the people. These people had this huge heart to help people, to help others less fortunate, to teach them what we aren't taught in schools. We're not taught anything about money, even though that's how the world runs. We're taught all these things we don't actually use, like E = MC squared. I mean, seriously, when was the last time you used that, right?
Yesterday. I used that yesterday.
Did you really?
No.
Yeah, most of us don't. There's very few of us that actually use that kind of knowledge, but that's what we're taught in schools. It's so antiquated.
E = MC squared is the theory of relativity, isn't it?
Don't ask me. I learned it in high school and I've never used it since.
Scott just joined us. Are you? Can you clarify what the E = MC squared is? No, he doesn't know that one either.
Nope. All right, there we go. I know it's energy equals mass squared, equals mass squared. I don't know, whatever. But anyway, so the things that we learned in school was nothing that I used. Honestly, never used that business degree. But when I went to this event, I was learning all these things. I was like, seriously, why didn't anybody teach me about this? And just the hearts were there to help the people. And not only were they making good money doing it, and they were going on all these trips paid for, but they were using a lot of the money that they were making to give back to the community. And I was like, this is everything that I want. I want to help people. I want to travel. I want to make good money so that I don't have to live paycheck to paycheck. I want to be my own boss. I want to do what I want when I want. So right away, you know, I started working with them. And about 6 months later, I quit my job. I was giving myself enough time to build up my business. And also because people that I worked for were good people. You know, they were always there for me when I needed them. And so I was also a key employee, so I wanted to give them time to replace me. But I am so glad that I made that decision. Now I am my own boss. Now the sky is the limit. Whatever I can dream, I can have. And I am helping people every day to make that their reality as well. So that's where I, came from and why I am where I am. So let me just share a little education with you. We were just talking about E = MC squared. Albert Einstein, right?
It is the theory of relativity.
Okay, did you Google it?
I did Google it.
Good job.
I use that on a regular basis. We do use that.
Well, we do, but not the actual mathematical equation, right? So have any of you ever heard of the rule of 72?
I have. I've actually been through the meeting with you.
Okay. Well, then you can't answer.
Okay.
So, Chris, you said you have?
Yeah, I believe so. I forgot exactly what it is, but I have heard of it. I had it explained to me by a couple people, but I got so much knowledge in my brain, I honestly slipped. But you can definitely remind me of it.
No worries, I will. And just for the other people who didn't say they know, I will share as well. I'm gonna actually share my screen so I can write this out. Okay. So the rule of 72 states that you take the number 72 and you divide it by whatever interest rate you're getting. That's how many years it's going to take for your money to double. Does that sound like something we could use every day? Anyone?
True.
Yeah, right? So not only our money to double, our investments to double, but also our debt to double. And we are in a country living in debt, right? So wouldn't it be nice to know how much you should be paying in order to not double your debt, on how much you should be putting in somewhere, what interest rate you should be receiving in order to double your money? So let's say we're all 29. I don't know, some of you might be younger, some of you might be a little older, but today we're all 29, okay? So let's say we are 29 and we have $10,000, okay? Grandma saved up and she gave us $10,000 and we put it into a bank that's getting 1%. How many times does one go into 72?
1 into 72, 72 times, right?
Yes, not a trick question. Okay. So if one goes into 72 times, that means with an account earning 1% interest, it's going to take 72 years for our money to double. So by the time we're 101, our money will be 20,000. Woohoo! Fired up. not a lot of money, it's right.
Right.
But let's look at 4%. We're still 29. We still have $10,000. But at 4%, how many times does 4 go into 72? Anybody? I'll let you know real quick. It's actually 18. So by the time we are 47, we get to 20,000. 65, we get to 40. Well, that's a little better, but still at 65, are we really going to retire off of $40,000? Not really, right?
No.
All right, what if we want to double this? What does this have to be? Anybody?
8%.
Ah, you'd think, right? But in actuality, you only have to add 2%. 6%. 6 goes into 72 12 times. So every 12 years, money is doubling. So 29, 41, 53, 65. You got 10,000 all the way down to 80,000. That's a little better, right?
Right.
But what if we had 10%? 10%, our money would be doubling every 7.2 years. So by the time we are 65 years old, we would actually have $320,000. Oops, whoops, that's supposed to be K. That's a huge difference, isn't it? Would you rather have 20,000 or 320,000?
That's a simple answer.
You'd think, right? Well, this is where banks are putting their money, which is really our money, right? And what do? when they're earning this, they take our money and they don't even give us 1%, right? We don't even get that. What's the average interest rate on a bank account nowadays? Anybody know?
0.5%.
Hey, that's really close. It's 0.1%. So that would actually be 7,200 years. So that's how much they're giving us in our account. And they turn around and what do? They lend the money back to us in loans, credit cards, etc. at like 25%, right? So what I do is I help people find accounts where they can actually earn this kind of money instead of waiting till their great grandchildren die. So that's one of the things. And then let's say, has anyone heard of the 1%?
Yes.
Okay. So they are the really wealthy, the affluent, correct? People with a lot of money. Right?
Classify them as that.
So that's who the typical financial industry focuses on, right? That's where the 1% gets their information because they have enough money that the financial industry is going, hey, put your money here, there, or the other place. But what about the other 99% of the population? Where are they getting their financial information if they're not getting at school? They're basically probably, sorry, go ahead.
Hopefully family members, but for the most part, the majority, they don't have a real good source of information.
Exactly. You're correct. They're talking to family, they're talking to friends, they're talking to coworkers, but those people are most likely in very similar situations to them, right? So they're either missing information or just totally wrong about information. So what my mission and the mission of the company that I work with is to take all the information that the 1%ers normally get and give it to the rest of the population. It's our whole crusade. Let's talk about 401ks. Anyone familiar with the 401k? How do you clear?
Of course.
All right. So most people are that have been employees, even if they've never had one. So 401k. Typically, if you get one, most people don't know that you have to be 59 and a half before you can take your money out. Or you're penalized 10%. You also have to pay taxes, and your money is in the market. So it goes up, hey, awesome, you're making money. But if it goes down like in 2008 or in March, right, our most recent drop, well, you're losing money. So what if I were to tell you that there actually was something out there where you don't have to be 59 and a half to take your money out, you don't have to pay any taxes, and you're guaranteed not to lose any money? How many of the 99% do you think would be interested in knowing about something like that?
Should be all.
Right?
Indeed.
So why don't they have it?
All of them.
Because that type of information keeps them wealthy. You know what I mean? Like, the less people that know about it, the more that they'll benefit from it.
You are 100% correct. That's why we're not educated in school about it. Because the more we know about money, the less banks make, right? So by keeping the 99% uneducated, the rich get richer, like the banks, and everybody else just stays the same, or in times like right now, COVID hits, market crashes, we lose big.
I wanna pause you for a second, Casey, and just acknowledge Moola joining the meeting. Moola is currently in Africa and one of my contacts from Africa.
Oh, awesome. Welcome.
Peace and blessings.
Oh, still connecting to audio there.
Is your microphone's muted, Moola? What's going on, Moola?
Got some jams on over there. Awesome.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, that was actually all I was gonna talk about today. Give someone else a chance to speak.
All right. Again, Casey is our financial solutionist and educator, and her information you can also through our chat. If you go down to the bottom of the screen of your Zoom application, there's a button to chat, so you can actually get Casey's information directly. So that way you can kind of learn more about what she's able to offer as she's expressing information about money. So I would contact her. And she's got her information there. So that way you guys can reach out to her individually and kind of set up a time that is going to work for you about things that you guys have available to you, and she can better explain what it is she does in detail. I've had several conversations with Casey, and they're very enlightening.
Thank you.
Excellent.
DJ, are you ready? Are you ready over there?
Oh, looks like he's a little frozen, but I love that his mask matches his shirt. That's awesome.
EJ is a clothing designer, among many other things, but he is one of our speakers as well today, so I can kind of let him explain some of the things that he has going on.
Good afternoon. I'm sorry if you were talking about me. I got interrupted by a phone call. But basically, what I'm doing is I'm doing fashion. I'm also raising money by flipping shoes. Anything that's all about progressing business, that's what I'm all about. I also do consultation. I give sound advice. But yeah, basically what I do is I buy low, I sell high, I repeat. And that's it. As far as with designing, my motto is you don't have to reinvent the wheel, but you can put your own rim on it. You get what I'm saying? So
I like that.
thank you. I appreciate it. My whole philosophy is keep it simple. Like if I'm going to design a shirt, I'll take a plain t-shirt and I'll go get some screen print or maybe a little bit of fabric paint, and then I'll go to town. Now you got a one-of-one piece. That just took the value of the t-shirt up from $3.99 to now the earning potential on that same t-shirt is limitless because it's an original one-of-one art piece. It's a couture piece of fashion that. All because you took a little bit of fabric paint and just etched your little signature on there. You might put a little X on there. It don't matter what you put on there, but put something on there, and now it's worth way more than what it was before, just because you breathe on it. If that makes any sense, what I'm saying to you.
Right.
What do you currently put on your clothing?
Right now, I'm putting the Vulgar brand, which is the name of the clothing line. We have our own little patch. It's like the logo, and then we do the custom paint, where we paint people's names. We paint sayings on there, so that they can get their message across. We do, when you get packages to companies, like polo shirts and all that company packaging, the whole nine. So like, it's not really anything complicated to what we're doing. All we're doing is, if somebody needs help with something, we fill that lane. If you need some shirts, okay, I got you. I'm gonna go buy the shirts. I'm gonna put your company name on there. I'm putting my logo on there. It's beautiful now. We just made a couple $100 all off doing a few things that a couple other people wouldn't do. And that's really all business is finding solutions to all the problems that people are presenting you with. I'm sorry, I'm a little unprepared and I get a little nervous speaking publicly, but you know.
Well, it's okay. You know what I mean? This is the first one. You know what I mean? We're gonna work on it.
All good.
Do you
But yeah,
have
that's
any?
pretty much
You have
the
any of your clothing line stuff available so anyone can see it?
I actually do. I just walked in, so you got to give me a minute to get to it, but I do have some samples all ready to go. Just
Okay.
give me a minute to walk up to the presentations.
All right. We also have Scott in here, and Scott is somebody that I've been working with in regards to doing virtual schools and virtual classes. Scott, are you ready?
Yeah, I'll just give a little bio, nothing really planned. I've been teaching for the last 30 years. Can you hear me? Does it sound okay?
Yes.
Great, Scott.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I've been teaching at Linwood Unified School District, and I retired last June, and I was teaching all grade levels, mostly elementary, anything from kindergarten to 6th grade. I'm fully bilingual. I'm certified. And I was substitute teaching, which I really enjoyed in our district, but due to the pandemic, I'm not, so I'm looking for other opportunities, doing online teaching. So, and I could teach all subjects. I could teach language arts, math, Spanish, even up to the high school or adult level, science, social studies, any subject I'm qualified to teach. So I'm just looking for opportunities, and I think I'm a very, very good teacher. So that's about all I have to contribute this time. So.
That's what's up. You know, this is going to be recorded. So one of the things that I'll be able to add. Okay, there's EJ with some of the clothing line that he's designed himself. A couple different colors. Some of the things that I would like to be able to do is, one of the things with our virtual school is, I know a lot of the kids are, you know, wearing uniforms, so I would like to have DJ design some of our uniform stuff so that way our kids look a lot cooler than all the other virtual kids, you know, in their uniforms. Okay, they'll maybe want to come to our school because we have the coolest uniforms, and that may be something that attracts them, as well as we have one of the coolest teachers available that offers lots of different subjects.
Thank you.
So I see Patti in here. Okay, Patti, you know, Patty's sort of a big wig, you know what I mean? She over there in the cut, you know what I mean? She tries to play low key, you know, but I've followed Patti online for several years. You know, I believe that she's a platinum artist and or producer of some sorts, you know, so it's good to see that she dropped in.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, Patti.
So this is you know, kind of the first meeting that we're having is really trying to establish that, you know, we have a lot of different people that are available, that offer a lot of different services that, you know, we can all benefit from, and we're in different regions. We can actually do it online where we can meet, which makes it a little bit easier for us all, especially everyone kind of has a different lifestyle, but these are things that through No Missed Opportunities, I want to be able to bring together for diversification in making our community better. So if we do this on a weekly basis, of course, it'll become a lot better over time. And this being I want to say the second or third Zoom meeting that I've done, I've been able to get positive response from everybody showing up. You know, I always really appreciate when Moola shows up, because it shows that we have reach all the way internationally in Africa. Okay, so when somebody can touch down in Africa, you know, into a Zoom meeting that we're having where I'm in Southern California, you know, it shows the reach that is available to us, and it's done from the comfort of our homes. So everybody's diversification, when bringing that together with no missed opportunities, I think it will allow for us to be successful. One of the things for the late joiners is that this meeting is recorded. You can go back into and, you know, re-watch the different parts of what people are offering, as well as I will make sure in the notes I'll be able to put the details to everybody, and so that way you guys can kind of reach out and contact them in regards to the services that we offer. That'll generally make it where if someone wasn't able to reach us, they can rewatch this video and still gain the benefits of whatever service you offer. Also, if we're doing this on a weekly basis as it's designed, it gives you an opportunity to become a speaker in a future meeting that we have, so that way you're able to market and promote to all the people online. Once the video's up, this gives me an opportunity to share with people, so that way when they come in, they see what we have available to them and they can be a part of it. So the goal is to basically just utilize and grow. One of the things I touched on earlier is, if you are a part of this, it's being a nonprofit. It allows you to take the time that you're spending and submit it to our human resources as something that we can gain from the time that you spent, whatever your current rate is. If you're letting our human resources know that's what it is, that becomes a tax write-off for everybody that's involved in what we're doing, because it going on to a social media platform as YouTube, it serves as a marketing tool for everybody that attended this meeting. And it also attracts other people from different walks of life all around the world, as you can see with somebody like Moola, which the concept that I've been dealing with Moola over time has really kind of helped a lot of independent artists understand, hey, look, you guys have a lot of misconceptions about Africa, and my boy Moola over there, they have their personal clothing designer, they have music that's streaming on all platforms. So a lot of the hip-hop artists or independent artists that are aspiring, you know, if that doesn't inspire you that in Africa they got digital distribution all around the world, I don't know what does. You know, so with Scott being able to do virtual classes, it offers everybody that's involved in this an opportunity to kind of reach out to him to really brush up on any skills that you may need, because it's just not limited to children. You know, being educated and knowing your math and your, you know, theory of relativity, as Casey has expressed, may come in handy, especially in, you know, financial education, which Casey touched on earlier. You know, which those are things that allow us to be able to do the things that we want in life. So, you know, I think that, you know, I really, really appreciate everybody, you know, joining and taking a little bit of time to stop in. I'm going to upload this and tag you guys later, so that way, you know, you guys can share this, and then hopefully, you know, you're able to attend in the future on a weekly basis, so that way we can, you know, further what we're doing here and make it more productive than it already has been. I'm actually very, very impressed, and I appreciate you guys all for being able to kind of do this and share. And it you know, it only gets better at this point from here. You know, it makes it it kind of, you know, it's surprising to me, just because as starting the nonprofit, you know, you know, I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed by the response that I get from stuff like this. You know, so I know that, you know, if this is what's going on right now and we're only 3 years into it, then, you know, I definitely am being able to make my community better all the way, you know, reaching out to my boy out there in Africa. So if I can reach the original motherland, you know what I mean, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Nick. Shout out to you, Nick. I'm sorry for not showing my video right now. Literally in a private space, you know, like
totally
smoking my J, making some music. Some of this shit can become confidential when you legitimize your business, you know, and structure. You know, otherwise we're always looking for support in any way that we can get, you know, also that we can always grow. You appreciate it, Nick, and everybody that's in here. Shout out to everybody. I'm in South Africa, to be exact, in Africa. My time zone right now, it's literally like 3 minutes to 10 o'clock in the evening. You know, some of my kids are sleeping in the room. You know, I'm just chilling here, busy with some, you know, a few administration there and there. You know, I'm planning to shoot some videos next month. So I'm literally approaching some brands, you know, to work with in terms of brand placements and stuff like that. So that's why I'm really not showing much, you know, on what's really going on, because there's a lot of documentation that's here that doesn't need to be out there. And especially for what Nick is saying, that he will share this, you know, with everybody, you know, and it's a non-profit, you know, thing that's just making us connect our businesses wherever we're at. And shout out to everybody wherever you at, you know, because it also feels cool for a person that's in Africa, you know, South Africa to be exact, and to be connected, you know, on a Zoom session at the beauty of my home, you know, just doing my business and connecting with people that, you know, that I inspire to do like business and innovate others to grow. You know, it's really special, you know. I really thank God also for this type of opportunity. It's really appreciated. And I love your swag. I don't really know how to pronounce your name. Is it Eustace or something? Eustace?
Thank you so much, boss. I appreciate you.
I appreciate it. I love your swag, bro. I love your swag, bro. It's really, really dope. You know, it's really dope. And we got young kids in Africa dressed like you and stuff like that. So I really appreciate that, you know, whatever we living this side is actually, you know, something that's, you know, that you guys live that side, you know, as much as people that they will say that we faking, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like we connected, you know. So, you know, people will always have negative stuff, but as long as we want to grow, and as much as Nick's saying, like, from his point of view, like, if we can connect, you know, with everybody from anywhere they at, you know, this could be a beautiful initiative, you know, for a lot of people, you know. So I'm really just grateful, you know, because me in the music business is kind of tough, and, you know, for the fact that I'm in Africa, I'm independent, you know, there's a lot of things that I would like to vouch out to, and my brother Nick out here, like, really helping me out, you know, and expanding my market into a worldwide reach. You know, that's something that I never thought would happen, you know, in a quick space, you know, in a very short space of time. But due to the professionalism, you know, and the engagement skills that we got, you know, I ended up linking up with a boss, you know. So right now that I'm here, I'm appreciating everybody on this opportunity, you know. Let's just share business, let's grow each other, let's all love, you know. There's one race, and that's the human race, you know.
Yes,
So
sir. I love your positivity. I love it.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And
By
love
the
y'all
way,
too. Love you.
Quick question.
Yes.
Where in South Africa?
I'm in East London in South Africa.
Okay. I've been to South Africa. That's why I was asking.
Where did you land in South Africa?
Well, of course I landed in Johannesburg, but we went up to Polokwane, which is now what?
That's nice.
What's the new name for Polokwane?
It's Limpopo, the province. It's Limpopo.
Yeah, but I think they changed the city name or something to Saint something.
Oh, okay. I guess you're ahead of something. You ahead with something. Maybe I'm not paying attention too
You know,
much.
the U.S. be changing stuff. That don't necessarily make it legit. You know what I mean? Because I'm originally from South Central Los Angeles, but they calling it South L.A. now. All right.
You see what I mean? They do happen with those name changing things. But anyway,
Petersburg.
I make it. Yeah, Johannesburg is not really far. It's literally like if I were to we measure in kilometers this side. So I literally like say like about 900 k's away, you know, or something. I don't know how many miles will be that because
No, see, you know,
a
you have
mile.
to, hey, Moola, you know, the whole rest of the world measures in kilometers. Only in the U.S. do we use miles.
That's not
You
true.
know what I mean?
Places. So for us, that would be a little over 560 miles.
Yeah, something like that. You know, so
Yeah.
Johannesburg is literally here. Like for a flight, it's literally like a hour 45 minutes at
Yeah, it's not
max.
bad.
You know, so it's literally just here, and it's literally like the mecca of South Africa in terms of like entertainment and everything. So it's like literally like your LA, you know, like your Hollywood, because that's where like television is, you know, and the celebrities are, you know, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you know, that's where apparently the real money is at, you know.
No, man,
But
no. We got
Beautiful
that's not
country.
true.
right now. We
At
got
the end of the
Moola
day,
from
that's not
Africa.
true.
Right?
At the end of the day, I know that's not true because I know for a fact that
we got
in my
Moola in the
neighborhood,
meeting right now.
The money is wherever you want it to be. You just have
I
to
like
attract
that.
it
That
to
is
you.
true.
exactly,
That is
because
true.
right now, as I was saying, like not everybody in my neighborhood can do this. I'm literally like one of the first people that literally are doing this at around about this time, and I choose to motivate others, you know, to be better than me. You know, I might be lacking there and there, but they can be very better than me. You know, so I choose to grow other people, and I choose to appreciate what they bring on the table as long as it's productive. um, with that productivity, you know, it leads growth, and with that growth, you know, we can literally like share a whole lot of memories, you know, that could literally like shape us to who we're supposed to be as human beings, you know, instead of like
Yes.
segregating each other from color, from race, or from geographical location, you know. It's just a matter of understanding each other when we speak to each other, because they'll always deceive you by trying to tell you that the people in the States are like this, people in Africa are like this. But at the end of the day, when you get to interact with these people, you find out that like, wow, it's like somebody that I would literally meet up,
Right.
you know, like here in the neighborhood or in town or at the office, you know, or maybe close a deal with this person, you know. So that's one of the things that I appreciate, like with this. It's that it's showing that, you know, the human race is the only race that we should literally praise and live by, you know. But at the end of the day, we should always support each other, you know, from where we come from, because some geographical locations aren't resourceful as others, but at the end of the day we appreciate what we have and what we can do with it. We're not always complaining, we always like moving forward. We believe in the power of manifestation, you know, believe it, you know, live it. As you keep on doing it, it's definitely going to happen. As I said, I never thought that I'll be connected internationally the way that I am today, because I never saw it as a possibility. I thought I had to go to Johannesburg, you know, sign a deal with some label, you know, start getting some crazy ass money. But I'm doing this at the comfort of my home, being independent, and literally just happening the way that I thought it would, but in a different way. You know, it's exactly what I asked for, but it happened in a different way. I never thought that it would happen with me in control, doing what I want, literally manifesting what I want to manifest, and actually doing it at the end of the day, not just contemplating on what I want to
Mm-hmm.
do, and literally executing what I want to do. So I really thank y'all
Yes.
for this, because you also give me, like, yeah, you guys are also giving me a light of like, yo, man, we're not here to play. You know, we're doing this. So are you in or you out? So if you're not in, we're literally gonna let you out. But if you're in, we're gonna grow together. That's what I believe in.
Yes. And
And that's what I'm
as you were saying, like if you can if you believe it and you go after it, you can achieve it. And
Most definitely.
it's all about commitment. There's people who are interested in things. Oh, that would be nice to do. Oh, that would be great if I had that. And then there's people who are committed on getting things done and having things in their lives. You know, people who are just, you know, interested. They're, you know, it doesn't really matter if they don't get it. It's like, it's just a dream to them. But people who are committed, they take action, they take steps, they make a plan, and they go after it, and they make their dreams a reality.
Right. So it's like a good idea is just that. It's just a good idea without action to it. So if you have a great idea, but you have no action behind it, then there is no purpose. Then you might as well just figure out something else to do. So I agree with that wholeheartedly. And I just agree with everything that's been said today. It's a pleasure to meet every single person. I'm just a consultant, so I'm just agreeing.
Well, that's good consulting. I appreciate that. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up so that way we can get this video online, and then I look forward to being able to do this on a weekly basis with everyone. I think that this was an extreme success for what my aspirations and plans were to be able to hold a meeting, and I think that we're all able to generally grow from this. And then, you know, next week we have a whole nother week to, you know, build upon what we already have and hopefully get more people involved with what we're doing and affect people with positive changes, which is no missed opportunities to make our communities better.
Yes, sir.
100%.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, you guys have a great rest of the day, and I will tag you in the video. And thank you guys again for joining the meeting.
Thank you for putting this on, and it's a pleasure to meet all of you.
Yes,
absolutely.
Virtually.
It's the new now.
That's the cool thing is, see, we got Moola out there in Africa, so when we want to go to a retreat, you know what I mean, we know who to talk to.
Right?
You know?
That's a tax write-off. I don't know if y'all know about that, but that's a tax write-off for that trip.
As long as it's business, even just one little meeting is good.
Hey, look,
one meeting. Let's get this done.
Hey, like I said, this serves as a record. We are planning to come out there, all right, and we're gonna write the whole trip off.
We need to see you where you're doing business.
All right, not a problem. Next time I'll have a video.
Look, Moola, how long have we been doing these meetings?
Man, it's been a while now.
I've got to get going. I'm so sorry. You guys have a wonderful day. And a wonderful night to you.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a wonderful night for me because right now it's literally after 10 o'clock at night.
Yes, you have a great night.
All right.
All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Enjoy.
Bye.